Now you might be asking yourselves, what is this little box that I have here? Well, it's certainly not cigars, as the box may suggest, but for those of you who don't know, I for a long time collected pocket watches of all different varieties and have amassed them in this little box here. So I've never showed them on video before, so I figured I may as well do that now. And anyway, I'll go ahead and open up the box for you. So there are all the different watches that I do have, along with some accessories here and fobs, which I don't know if I'll go over or not, but there's quite a few in there, and even a wristwatch that doesn't work. But I have both quartz watches and analog mechanical watches, so I suppose we'll go through them chronologically, and I'll tell you all the stories behind each and every one. So the first one is this one. This is a quartz watch, and as you can see, it has the, if I can focus here, the Jurassic Park insignia on it, which, from what I heard in the watch community, you are supposed to, I suppose, acquire a watch that befits your personality, and as far as I'm concerned, this one befits mine pretty well. And this also came with a matching lighter and keychain, so that's pretty nice. And if I open it up here, the batteries on this are dead. I need to replace them. You can see it's a very nice looking dial there. Roman numerals for figures. If I can get this thing to focus, I have a very hard time getting it to focus here. But yeah, I got that, that's the first one I got, I believe sophomore year of high school. So, this next one here, it's also a quartz model, is it's just a black one, with a very nice laurel design on it, and this one my cousin gave me. So let's open that up. You can see it's got Arabic numerals on the dial. This one also is the batteries on it are dead, so I need to get them replaced, which I will soon enough. This one here, it's got a little train on it. It's silver and gold. The train is in gold, but you know. This I got from my uncle, who had bought this at Walmart actually, and this one is a Sidewinder. I actually forgot this was a Sidewinder, but what that means is, oh, the batteries have just died on this one. I need to open up the back and replace them maybe, so we'll see. Now what that means is it opens just up from the side, and you can tell the time there, and it's a very nice looking dial. So there's that. Now these two watches here, I got at a county fair, at like this little booth that sells watches. And you know, they're not the best at all. You can see this one here, it's got a little glass that you could look through, and very nice looking dial, kind of generic type of a background here. But what's cool about this, I don't know if you can see, but it's actually a magnifier. If I can just get a book here, Roald Dahl's stories, I will show you just how good this is. Yeah, you can kind of see it, just a little, that it does in fact magnify to a certain extent. Anyhow, yeah, this one is neat, although it's not the greatest, but you know, I like it kind of. And then this one here, if I can get it out of here, is a tiny one with the World Wildlife Federation logo on it, and this is just another quartz, very tiny face dial, whichever. I am sorry that I can't get these to focus. I have no... Oh, there we go, finally, Jesus. I don't know what went on. Let me give you a better view of the other ones. I had no idea why it wasn't focusing earlier, but whatever. So I'll just give you... So there's that one. There's that one. And there's that one. Okay. Alright, so now we're moving on to the exciting stuff, the mechanical watches. So this one here, this is a Westclox Scotty watch, and this actually glows in the dark, believe it or not. If I can maybe get it, you can kind of see it. It does glow just a little, but it's actually pretty neat. It's got a radium dial down here to count off the seconds, and if I wind it up, very hard to do with one hand, but you can see it's ticking away there, and maybe you can hear it too. Yeah, I got this the same weekend as I got those other two watches there, and this one's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's not the greatest brand. It's shock resistant, so you can just bang it around all over the place and it won't get ruined. But, you know, I like it. Alright, so then we come to one of my favorites here. This one is a Smith's brand pocket watch, made in the UK. It's gold, which is very nice. And you know, the way you wind this is you push that down. No, you don't push it down, that's how you set the time, but you just wind it up here. And you can see it's on its merry way. Yeah, this is one of my favourite ones. Whenever I go to like a social or anything, this is the one that I would usually wear on my chain. Oh, now this one is a bit of a problem. This is a New Haven pocket watch. This was a cheap pocket watch, really. You know, it wasn't meant to last at all whatsoever. And my problem with it is that it's fully wound, but it just won't tick properly. It won't keep on ticking if I just wind it up. I have to kind of shake it. And then the movement almost just came out of it. But, oh dear, that, okay. Sorry, I often fiddle with these watches, and I have a snack and a story about that, which will be up after this, in which I talk about my endeavors in trying to get into a watch school. But anyway, you can kind of see it's ticking, but you really have to shake it in order for it to really to get going, because it's narcoleptic, and yeah, I may need to get it mended sometime. But that's one, and that back plate is coming off for some reason. Don't know why, but it's that. Alright, some more quartz watches. This one here is got crocodile leather on it, and this one I don't like as much as the others because the lid is spring-loaded. And this one needs a battery as well, so I have to take the back off of this. Oh Jesus, all of these need batteries. The dial's spring-loaded, so if you don't hold it up, if you let go of this, then it'll come down and such. So, you know, you can't really leave it open at all for too long. But it's okay, you know. It's, oh, and I just drop it. It's a nice little thing. I got it as a gift, so, you know, that's nice. Okay, and then another quartz watch. This one is, I believe, from Doctor Who. And just so you guys know, I do not watch Doctor Who. It's too long a series for me to get invested in, and I really, well, frankly, I don't really have the time for it. But anyway, this watch is, I believe, from that series, and there it is there, the dial. And this was brand new. I got this for Christmas, brand new, and it didn't work. So I have to get the battery replaced and such. And you can see that box is just ticking away. So I need to get the battery out of that one too. Alright. So that was... oh, I've got to position these properly so it will shut. There we go. That was what was in the box. Now this here, this little satchel here, you're probably wondering what this is. And this houses perhaps my favorite watch in the entire collection, and the most fragile of my pieces. So I shall get it opened here. And also, incidentally, this was the most expensive watch that I bought. This is a Waltham, an American watch company, Waltham, which is essentially the gold standard of pocket watches, at least back in the 19th century. And you can kind of hear it ticking there. And this also is a Sidewinder, as you can see. It's very nice, very big. And you may notice that the dial is not as shiny as some of the other ones. That is because the glass on it broke. I was actually, during my... I'll get into this when I eventually do a series of videos on it. During my time at in the theatre, when I was portraying the historian in Spamalot, I wore this as part of my character, and it was on a very finicky chain, or not a finicky chain, the button was loose on my coat, or waistcoat, and this fell, and luckily, I think I may need to rewind this one. Luckily, the movement and everything else was intact, but the glass, or the bezel, or whatever it is, was not. I used to know what all the terms of these things were, but this one is very nice, and it's the crown jewel of my collection. But I need to get the dial or the glass replaced sometime or other, because you know, I can't wear it if it's you know, exposed like that, because I don't want to screw up the hand, so I keep it in this little bag, you know, so it won't get ruined. I may do reviews of these sometime. I have no idea if I will get around to it, but maybe I will. Anyway, that was my collection of pocket watches that I've collected over the course of, oh god, 2.5 or 3 years. It's a very young collection. It didn't take that long to grow. But I'm certainly very proud to own a lot of these. And, you know, I never thought that... As a child, I wanted one for the longest time. And I never thought I'd have my hands on so many. I'm certainly very grateful for that. And that one doesn't work, obviously. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for that snack and a story that will be up shortly after this one. So, alright, have a good day.